Hi Cancer, here is your general reading for the month of February. I am really sorry that these readings are late, but due to certain things that have happened with me, I just haven't been focused enough to be able to do the readings, and I won't do them unless I feel that I can give it the attention that it actually does need, okay? And if my mind is a little bit muddled and clouded, then I do think it's going to affect the reading, and I don't like that. So that is why the readings are late, okay? But you know what? Maybe these messages are not meant to come through until this particular time as well, okay? But all that being said, it is a general reading, okay? If the reading doesn't resonate with you, then please check your moon and rising signs. Or it may just be that for this month of February, I'm not the reader for you, okay? Now, I have done the 10 card Celtic cross spread, and we're going to get straight into the reading. Now, straight off, we do have your own energy here. We have the Seven of Cups. Cups is water energy for yourself, Cancer, as well as Scorpio and Pisces. It is reversed, okay? And it may very well be through this month of February, and maybe even going into March, there's a feeling of needing to deal with things how they are rather than how you would like them to be. It may be very possible at the moment that you may have your head in the clouds in regards to someone or something. It can also talk about a desire to kind of have all your wishes granted. But you may be denying an underlying truth. Now, because this is to do with our feelings and emotions, it's something that's affecting you on an emotional level. It can talk about illusions and diversions. It may very well be, if this is, as example, talking about a relationship, you may kind of have that gut feeling or that instinctive feeling that something is not quite right. But you may be trying to sweep it under the carpet a little bit. Trying to kind of stick your head in the sand and not maybe face up to it, because by facing up to it means you have to deal with it. So you may be choosing to, like I said, keep your head in the clouds in some way, because you don't want to deal with how something really is, or possibly accept how something actually is. Now, here we have the Queen of Swords. It is reversed, and the Swords is air energy, Aquarius, Libra and Gemini, and the Swords is all to do with communication, our thoughts and our thinking, okay? Now, this has fallen in your challenging position. And the Queen of Swords, it talks about the need to refocus your goals and your direction. But I think really it's shown up more to do with the fact that you need to, because the Queen of Swords, when she's reversed, she can be quite emotional, but it can be negative emotions that may spill out. She may be coming across as somebody that's cold-hearted or quite bitchy. And the need is to for you maybe to use your logic more at the moment. Like I said, head in the clouds situation, which may be making you more emotional than normal, okay? And I think the need is to start thinking with your head, and the need is to face up to whatever this Seven of Cups is talking about. Now, for some of you, it could be a work situation as well. You know, there could be something going on within the workplace that you are choosing not to see. It's going to be a different situation for all of you. But I just feel that for the majority of you, you're choosing to look at someone or look at a situation on how you want it to be rather than how it actually is. And the Queen of Swords has showed up for you to refocus now, to start thinking with your head. And it may very well be a challenge for you. Because like I said, if it's not the majority, then some of you are really not choosing to see someone or something for how it really is. Now, down here, we have the Magician, okay? It's a major arcana. And this is falling in the foundation section of your reading, okay? Now, the Magician is number 1 in the major arcana. It comes after the Fool card, okay? And the Magician, it can talk about the need to examine other people's motives, okay, because they may not be what they seem, which is very similar again to what I've spoke about with that Seven of Cups energy. It's very possible that somebody around you is, because the Magician, it can talk about manipulation. It can talk about deceit. It can talk about somebody coming across in a very charming way, but they may very well have a hidden agenda, okay? You need to be very careful. You're not choosing, I think, to see somebody in their true light. Or somebody is so good at covering up what they are all about that it's preventing you from being able to see it. Maybe they do turn on the charm. And that does keep your head kind of in the clouds a little bit. But there's somebody around you that I feel you need to analyse a little bit more. You need to take on the energy of that Queen of Swords and to start using your logic when dealing with this person rather than your emotions. I don't like that Magician card when it's reversed. Now, in the near past, we have more Swords energy here, okay? This time we have the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords is often referred to as the Truth card. And if you look here, it looks like this young boy is actually going to use this sword, okay? Which it talks about him speaking his truth. But quite often as well, the page is somebody that can bring messages. But also the energy with the Page of Swords can be somebody that is constantly questioning in order to get to the truth. So it's very possible that for some of you, you may be either constantly questioning whoever this person is, whoever this magician person is, or you are constantly questioning things within your own thoughts in order for you to get to the truth about something. Because quite honestly, if you've got somebody in your life like the magician, then I think instinctively you're going to know and feel that something is not quite right. And although you may have your head in the clouds and you may not be choosing to see that person for how they really are, I just think instinctively you know that something's not quite right. And the Page of Swords, I feel, is either you in the near past constantly questioning this person in order to gain some more clarity about them and about what they're doing or what they're up to. Or it's you constantly having these questions within your own thoughts and going over things within your own mind in order for you to try to find the truth. Now, up here we have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, this is fallen within the position of, what you're trying to work towards, but you haven't managed to kind of achieve it yet, okay? It is reversed. When the Nine of Pentacles is reversed, it can talk about how total commitment may not be there. It can talk about feeling unloved. The Pentacles is Earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo. It's a very grounded energy, and it can often talk about our finances, our material world and our work. It can talk about domestic disputes and delays. There's definitely something going on here with somebody that you are dealing with. This is either in a work situation or a relationship situation. It's going to be different for all of you, okay? But like I said, it can talk about a lack of commitment. And quite often with this card, it can be the need to... It's that kind of situation whereby it's that time to talk about the future. And I think that for the majority of you, you're trying to find security and commitment in some area of your life, and it is a struggle. Because I don't feel that you have all the truth on this particular situation or person. I think you are allowing your emotions to rule or to help you make decisions rather than your logic. And I think that there is this magician character around you, be it personal or work, that really is not what they appear to be, okay? Something's definitely going on here Cancer. Right. In the near future, we have your own energy again. We have the Page of Cups. Now again, the page can talk about messages, like I said with that Page of Swords, okay? With the Page of Swords, like I said, it can talk about getting to the truth, seeking the truth, constantly questioning in order to get to the truth. The Page of Cups can talk about contemplation. If you look at this man, his only thoughts and attention are on that cup. And he is very much governed by his feelings and his emotions. It can talk about following a hunch, but not knowing if it is realistic or not. It can talk about making promises that cannot be kept. I just feel that on an emotional level, you are completely focused on this person, whoever this person is for you. And whether you are trying to work out what they are all about on an emotional level, because we see with the Page of Swords the need for you to get to the truth. And it may very well be that some truth does come forward during this month. And it may then leave you in a position where you are contemplating what your next move is going to be, what you are going to do, how you actually feel about this person or this situation. There's going to be the need, I feel, for you to do some deep contemplation in regards to your feelings and your emotions about this particular situation. And as I said, it may very well come after some truth has come to the surface. Now, in your advice position, we have here the Eight of Wands. Now, the Wands is fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The Eight of Wands, it talks about communication, but it can talk about communication that comes in quickly. Now, the thing is, the way we communicate nowadays, we communicate via text message, WhatsApp, email, social media, and our messages can be sent very, very quickly. So this card can often talk about maybe you sending messages to somebody who is connected to this person and them sending messages back. It can as well talk about an unexpected journey that may be needed to be made over water. Now, this could be you needing to make this journey, or somebody makes the journey to see you. It can as well talk about an unexpected communication, like I said, but also unexpected surprise. Sometimes as well with this card, it can be about not forcing things, not trying to force communication. The need to just be patient and just let things happen in their own time and in their own way. Because on here as well, on these wands, we have these thorns. So it could very well represent some harsh communication coming in. The fact it's appeared in your advice position, I feel it's advising you to communicate, that you need to have the communication lines open. You need to be ready to hear messages from somebody else, as well as give the messages. But the communication lines must be kept open. In your environment position, we have more wands energy. We have the 7 of wands. Now, this can talk about feeling manipulated in some way. It can talk about feeling snowed under and taken on too much. But it can also talk about that no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to... You cannot see how all your hard work is justified. But also, this card can very much talk about being judged by family and friends in regards to a relationship or a work situation. Now, it's very possible that people in your environment may be judging this situation that you're in. If this is a personal relationship and you are dealing with this magician character that I don't like, you may very well find that friends or family are judging him or her and trying maybe to advise you about this person. But you may feel that they're doing it in a judgmental way when actually they may be just trying to advise and help you. Because like I said, going back to the beginning with the 7 of Cups, you are choosing not to see someone or something for what it truly is, having your head in the clouds. And it may very well be that people in your environment can actually see what this situation or person is really about. And they are trying to help you and advise you, but you may be taking it in a way that you feel that they are judging you or they are judging the other person, maybe in a harsh way. But if you're in this situation, if some of you are in this situation whereby people in your environment are trying to help and advise you in regards to this situation, then it may be best for you to listen to that and not take it in a way that they are judging you or the other person. But take it in the way that it's meant, that they are trying to help you, advise you, maybe even warn you. Now, up here in your hopes and fears position, we have the Lovers card. It is reversed. It is a major arcana. And the thing is, I have to say, if I'm being truthful, the Lovers card is not a card that I get very often in my readings, okay? In comparison to some of the other major arcana cards, it doesn't crop up that often. But when the Lovers card is reversed, it can talk about relationship difficulties, yes. It can talk about weakness and temptation. It can also talk about taking what appears to be the easy option. But by doing that, you could in fact regret taking that easy option in the future. It can talk about two people not getting along, which could lead to a breakup. Now, because this has fallen within your hopes and fears, obviously you're not hoping for difficulties and breakups. But I think it's shown up in this position to highlight that there is a situation going on here, okay? That some of you are possibly going through some difficulties within a particular relationship within your life. And you may very well be fearing that it's going to lead to a breakup. The thing with the hopes and fears position is because we fear something, it doesn't mean it's going to be the reality, okay? So you need to keep that in mind. But most definitely there are difficulties going on here. Now, it may very well be that for some of you, you are choosing to keep your head in the clouds because you know that if you say something, it may very well rock the boat and it may very well then lead to a breakup. So you may be choosing not to deal with it deliberately because you're trying to avoid a breakup. Sorry. And the easy option may very well be to not to deal with it. To just allow whatever this situation is to continue. But in the long run, not dealing with it is not going to help. It's not going to make things better or improve a situation. If there are difficulties going on, then they need to be dealt with. And like I said, although you may be fearing a breakup, it may just be that, your fear. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the reality. But there are issues within a relationship in your life, and these issues are going to need to be dealt with. Now, your outcome card is the Ace of Wands, so more fire energy, okay? And the thing with the fire element is it talks about our actions, okay? It's a doing energy. It's a creative energy. The Ace of Wands, in terms of a relationship, it can talk about there being thorns within the relationship. It can, the Ace talks about new beginnings, okay? Here we see the Ace is reversed. So there could very well be some delays and some thorns, some obstacles to overcome within this relationship in order for you both to get back on track together, and in order for there to be like a new beginning again between you both. Because it's reversed, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. But what it talks about, it can talk about you may very well get the desired result you want. But like I said, there are going to be obstacles to overcome. And we see that already with the Lovers card. That there are obstacles, there are difficulties going on within this relationship. And in order for it to get back on track, you're going to have to get over whatever these obstacles are. And it may very well not be easy. But I do feel that communication is needed. And I do feel for some of you, if this feeling that others around are judging you or the other person or the situation, for some of you, it could be in a positive way. Like I said, they're trying to help and advise. But for some of you, it could be that other people are interfering. The thorns may be because of outside interference within this relationship. And that may too be creating some obstacles as well, okay? That may just be for some of you. Now I'm going to pull a clarifying card on that Ace of Wands. Right, this is not a card that I like to see in this position, unfortunately, okay? We have here the Ten of Cups. Now, you know, in the upright, it's good. When it's reversed, it can talk about revelations or secrets coming out. It can talk about the need to look within. And it can as well talk about the need to be true to yourself. Don't allow others to dictate your happiness. Don't allow others, and this could very well be talking if we've got some outside interference going on, that maybe others are dictating in a negative way, in a judgmental way, and it may very well be causing some obstacles and stress between you and your partner. Because this Ten of Cups, when it's like this, it talks about an unhappy home. It talks about somebody, you know, that things are out of kilter, that, you know, unhappiness. discord. But it can as well, like I said, it can talk about a disruptive individual that could be exploiting a social, could be exploiting this family situation. Now, this magician person is at the root of this, or is part of this. It could be that this magician person is somebody that you're not in a relationship with, but very well may be causing some interference and causing this situation. But overall, you're going to need to, I think really, my one bit of advice, and it's just come into my mind, is that you need to work out who is friend or foe. That's the feeling I get here, because I feel there is meddling and interference. And you're going to need to work out whether it is friend or foe with that situation. But the magician person is either somebody that you are in a relationship with, or I feel it's somebody that is interfering in a relationship that you are in with somebody else, and it's causing this discord within this relationship. The obstacles here with the Ace of Wands, we see that those obstacles are not being overcome. Now I'm going to pull one more on that Ten of Cups. And there we have it. We have the World card. The World card is the last card in the Major Arcana. And it talks about one whole cycle, one whole chapter of your life coming to an end. It's like all the lessons have been learned, all the experiences you needed to go through, you've gone through. And one whole chapter of your life comes to an end in order for there to be a brand new beginning. Now, the fact of it is, some of you, this whole new chapter and beginning is going to be the ending of this situation. It's going to be the ending of this relationship or whatever this is for you. For some of you, if this situation can be overcome, it could be talking about a complete new chapter opening up for this relationship or whatever this is. But for me to see all of this unhappiness and discord with this Ten of Cups, and for this to follow, I feel for the majority of you, this is talking about an ending. Now, the thing is, a lot of the readings I found have been slightly negative at the moment. But the thing is, 2017 adds up to a number 1. 2016 was a very difficult year for a lot of people, and that was number 9, which is nearing the ending, okay? 2017, it comes to a 10, which breaks down to a 1, which talks about new beginnings and new starts. And I found that in a lot of readings, a lot of people have had that World card or the Wheel of Fortune or Judgment show up within their readings, which all talk about new beginnings starting. Anyway, Cancer, that does conclude your reading, okay? As I said, I am sorry about the delay, but I will not do these readings until I feel focused enough to do them, okay? So I will be back soon to do the love reading. Although to me, I do feel this is very much talking about a personal relationship for most of you, okay? But for some, it could be a work situation. For some, it could even be a member of your family or very, very close friend, okay? But something I feel is definitely coming to an end. But yes, I'll be back to do the love reading, which may very well have some different messages in there, because these messages today are not going to apply to everybody, okay? And I will also be doing the ex-partner readings again for this month of February. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and share. And thank you. Take care. Bye.